You're kicking it with G on your favorite station.
The perfect station.
92 KELZ, the only station with new music, new artists, new sound.
For the people that don't know, I'm going to just say it right now. I'm going to say Miss Houston Event Planning herself is in the building.
That's
I'm
right.
I'm going to start off with it. So for the people that really don't know, let's start from the beginning.
All right.
Who is Kay?
So I am Kay, Kay Warnick.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Houston about 4.5 years ago, and I started a marketing firm here. I'm from Rochester, New York, and I've been in Houston about 4.5 years now.
So how did you get into event planning? Like, what kind of led you to event planning?
All right, so what happened was I used to do club promotions back home where I was from.
So you're a clubber.
So I was a clubber, yes, standing on chairs, everything. And I had lost my job and I was just going through a lot of stuff. So I used to have a lot of connections back home. And then one of the owners, I was like broke. And I went to him and I was like, I need to make some money. Can I bartend?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, okay, your personality, you can't be a bartender. So he was like, you know what? You should start trying to do promotions. And at that time, I didn't even know what club promotion was. I just knew I'd be in the club, but I didn't know who did it, why they did it. Yeah. You know, I didn't know too much about it. So we had a big club at home that held about 400 or 500 people. It was pretty cool, a cool size. And he was like, I'm gonna give you a week to fill this place up. If you do it, I'll give you first Friday. Now his first Fridays were the biggest profit of the club. Like promoters had been waiting on months and years to get that spot. Yeah. So I said, you know what, he lying to me. But
so we talking about first gig, straight off the back, 500 people. You gotta feel it.
You gotta feel it. You gotta do this. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. I called a girl I knew. I said, hey, I need you to help me build this club. Yeah. And so she was like, all right, let's do it. But by the 4th day, I got discouraged. And I was like trying to make this list. And I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to do this. Neither here nor there. I called him. I said, hey, listen, I'm not going to do it. So he was like, oh, really? Like, I don't have no promoters for this Friday. And if you don't do it, it's going to ruin our friendship. Yeah. So long story short, I finished it off. And that Friday night, me and a girl that I was, kicking it with, trying to get me to help me. Me and her sitting there, and we're like, in the club, you know how that feeling be, nobody in there. Yeah. It's about 12:30. We looking around like, dang, nobody coming. Man, by 1 o'clock, it was flooded. Like, he couldn't even believe it. Yeah. And he was like, and none of the promoters could believe it. They was just like, where did you come from?
So what do you do? Like, it's your first time, the people there, like, you had to gain momentum from somewhere, or you just already knew?
No,
like,
well, see, I was always a people person from high school, and I'm just a people person. So I always connect with people, talk with them, vibe with them, and so people automatically always attract themselves to me. So I was just always cool K. So when they found out, like, oh, K having a party, it's like, but I never knew people really messed with me like that until that time, and I guess they messed with me, so it was cool. And I did it, and after that, I just got on, and I just kept going, kept doing events, kept doing parties, and we just started doing, different things, and we made a lot of money.
And so from there, you came to Houston.
So from there, I came to Houston, but it wasn't that easy.
I was just finna say, how do you leave all that to come here?
No, so I wanted some change in my life because it was a lot of hood stuff going on, just a lot of stuff. Streets, drugs.
So Kay was in the street. Hey, we're gonna keep it quiet. Kay was in.
Yes, Kay was in the city, in the streets. So I said, you know what? I want to take my son out of this environment. No matter how much money it is, we got to go. And we left, And then when I came here, just before I moved here, I lost everything, like all my savings, everything I had. But I said, you know what, God? I'm going to go. See what you got for me. And I bounced. And I was basically almost homeless here. Damn near homeless. Like, I was messed up. For about 1.5 years, I was messed up. Like, trying to get on my feet.
So I'm just trying to like just put it all together just for people that's listening. You know, like how do you get past that? You know what I mean? Especially
well, it takes strength,
you know?
And you got to have determination and drive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always tell people that things are not always easy as they think, right? And definitely not trying to be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came here, you know, I was working for the county, and I was making like $13 an hour.
Yeah.
$13 an hour ain't gonna take care of nobody.
Nothing.
That ain't gonna barely pay the car payment. And so I said, you know what? This I ain't never had to work for nobody, and this don't feel right.
Yeah.
This is not what God got for me. And for about a year and a half, I just hustled, and I taught myself the game out here. I went out and I bowed. I met people. You know, I just mingled as much as I could, but I didn't do it personally. I did a lot of my mingling through social media. Mm-hmm. So I built a following through social media. Mm-hmm. So people never knew who I was personally. Yeah. But it's like, I see this girl on the internet. But I'm in marketing, so I know how to convince people to watch me. And that's what I did. And then after being here about a year and a half, I lost my son. And then after that, that took me to a different place. But I still bounced back from that. And
that's a big thing.
I'm here now.
You say you lost your son?
Yeah.
Man, because that's a devastating point, especially for a mother, you know what I mean, to lose her child, to be able to pull yourself up from that.
It is. And you know what I tell people that, you know, we think we're going through something, but there's always somebody who's going through something, you know, to a greater extent. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, you got to be happy for your trials and your tribulations because there's somebody else, you know, even though I went through something extremely hard, you know, I was watching, I don't know if you remember, I think it was in the Bronx or the Brooklyn, and the lady, her 15-year-old son was mistakenly identified. I don't know if y'all remember that story. And he got jumped by the gang.
Oh yes, I do remember that story.
The gang had jumped him.
It was last year, I think it was.
Last year, and they chopped him up. They cut him up with a machete and all that.
The Hispanic guy, correct?
The Hispanic guy. So I know you can't compare the stories, but it's like when I lost my son, he died for natural causes. He was 11, and he was playing on a basketball court, and he had an unknown heart condition, and he collapsed. Yes, that was hard, but I can imagine losing my child to violence. Man. You know what I mean? To violence, to just, you know, being kidnapped. Imagine if your child was kidnapped. You don't even know where they are in the world, who's harming them. So it's like, you know, I thank God for mental peace that I was given to a certain extent. So
definitely salute to you because
that's a lot. I'm here now, though.
There's a lot.
You know, we always make it. We make it out.
So, let's touch something. Let's bring back the happy days. Let's get up off this sorrow.
Yes.
So you left Rochester. Mm-hmm. You came to Houston.
Right.
Completely different culture change.
Yeah, it is.
How did you adapt?
Well, you know what I like about Houston? It is fun. I've always liked the South. Mm-hmm. Like I always loved trap music. I've always loved Southern music. You know, I was always loved strippers and to see. So when I got to the South, it was like, oh yeah, I love it in the South. Yeah. I love nature, so I adapted just fine. I was all in. You know,
so do you feel like it's a meaning to, I guess, what some people say, entrepreneurs around Houston would say, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
If you can, well, I would say from where I was from, if you can make it in Rochester, you can soar anywhere because the mindset is so crab in a barrel kind of bucket. Yeah. They don't support you, so it's poverty stricken. Like it's poor. You know what I mean? So if you can make it out, and then when I came to Houston, it was like my mindset was you don't have a choice but to make it. Like, and when you have that in your head, like I'm a grind, you gonna make it.
Yeah. So I mean, for the people that just listen, we still in here with Kay Warnick, Miss Event Plan Houston herself. You know what I mean? I definitely got to say that because man, I was blown away. We're gonna get to that in a minute. I don't even want to get there yet. What was your first break in Houston?
My first break in Houston was I did a food tasting. And it was called the Millionaire.
That's exactly what I was going to get into.
Yeah, man, listen. That was my break. And when I did that, baby, I was on.
Hey, if you have not been to the Millionaire food tasting, you are missing out on a great event. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I was on. And so when I did that, I believed in myself. I said, you know what? I always believed in myself. I said, I'm going to make this work no matter what. And when I got that lick, I was like, okay.
After that event, I immediately started following. I was like, I'm definitely going to I was like, just because like this event was just it was one of them events that you can bring the kids to.
Yeah.
You could just enjoy your, you
could do
problems,
whatever at.
no
And we're actually doing it again this year in June, but definitely that was my break. And then after that, I said, you know what? I didn't have no personal relationships with anybody at that time, no connections. I wasn't in the in crowd. You know, I didn't know. It was just me out here, you know. And I was like, I'm about to make this thing shake. And I did it. I just used social media to get the word out there. And I did it.
So Millionaire Food Tasting was your first thing. Like, how did that even come about? Like, how did that start?
I was just one day thinking of different ideas that I could bring to Houston because I didn't want to do the club promo because the club is so saturated. Club market is saturated here. And I just didn't. And then I had my son. I was like, you know, that's not a field I'm really trying to stay in. So I was thinking about different ideas like, okay, because, you know, people would tell you, you ain't going to make it out there, you know, you ain't gonna. So I said, you know what, I'm going to try something different. And I just steered into another lane. And one day, I've always been a person that, like my friends, I can consult them about different ideas. Everybody will call me and say, give me an idea for something. And it'll pop in my head. And I just came up with the idea. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I did it. And again, it was so dope that people were asking me, was it a part of the rodeo? Because when I did it, it was the last week in February. Yeah. And so the first time, and they were like, nah, I ain't part of the rodeo, but if you hear anybody out there hear it, put me on.
Did you have people trying to talk you out of that?
Because again, I didn't have a circle. It was really just me. And
for you,
I have no friends, no family.
For you to come here,
yeah,
way after everybody else, and to do something it's letting me know right now, people just not putting forth the effort.
They're not putting forth an effort, and maybe some are, but I'm gonna tell you something. I believe in God's favor, you know, and I believe, you know, I just believe I was favorable, and it was just always a part of my plan. And some people, it may not just be a part of their plan, but it was a part of mine, and so that's why I was just blessed. It was a part of His plan for my life.
I definitely agree because every event you touch, it seems like it's going.
Everything turns to gold. Baby, I'm home.
Every time. So one of the recent events that you just had was a big event, rooftop event.
Yeah, we did Black Girls Rock. It's the 3rd annual social. So we had to change the name because they were you know.
I was just gonna say, was it affiliated with the actual?
No, but they were they got whiff of it. So my grandma said, baby, that means you made it.
Trying to tell you. If
a big organization like that could reach out to you. But so we changed it to Black Women Rock. But neither here nor there. It started as just being a networking event for the first year. I'm thinking like a social, you know, I was thinking maybe that time I was thinking like maybe I'll get 100, you know, you get 100 people into a networking event, you on.
Yeah.
And so the first year I did like 250. So I was like, okay. You know, it's a cool little networking event, but I didn't want it to be your average networking event. Like, I wanted it to be fun and, you know, just about Black women celebration, more of a Black girl party. And so the second year we did it did 400 people. And I was like, okay, this little social is popping. Yeah. You know, 400 people for a social for Black girl women, to get 400 women in a building somewhere, you like, okay. Then when we did it this year, man, it was crazy. It pre-sold 800 something tickets, so we probably had about 700 something women that showed up at U of H, and it was on and popping. And when I tell you, them women, and you know, like I had put this up on social media that people don't understand. Being a Black entrepreneur and working with Black people is hard.
It's hard
because they're gonna complain. Their food cold.
About everything.
They couldn't find parking. Why nobody told them that the dog died across the street? And, you know, it just be so much. Why did I have to wait in line? And sometimes when you work with Black people, you can never satisfy them. And when I did the event, you know, I said to myself by the 3rd year, I said, you know, this could make you, because by the 2nd year, we had prominent Black women that were showing up, like lawyers and doctors and, you know, council members that were coming in, like, coming to the event. And I'm like, and people were telling me afterwards, like, you know such and such at your event? I'm like, they was? Oh, someone put me on. And then this year I said, you know what, I thought to myself, I said, if you mess this up, this can make or break your brand. Because one thing we do know about our community is they're gonna bash you to the end. Like, If they don't like something and you ain't do it their way,
you'll be blackballed.
You gonna be blackballed. They gonna call their cousin and tell their cousin don't do business with her. And so I thought to myself and I prayed. And that morning I was on my way to the venue. And I was praying. And I was like, I just started crying and crying. Like, it was overwhelming because I said, God, I can't do this alone. Like, I need you to step in and help me. And I always say that. And then when I got to the venue, they were late letting me in, so it set us behind. But I said, what's going to work out? When I tell you, everybody that touched my path was like, this is amazing. This is dope. People were coming from South Carolina. I had people from California, women from, different places. And they were just like, you amazing. And I'm like, I just did it for y'all. Like, it was food there. And we just danced and partied, had a good time. Man,
it looked like y'all was having a good time.
Did.
When I seen you on the mic and the whole crowd was rocking,
I said, I even had them women swagging and surfing. They was getting it in, yeah. So I'm grateful, man.
Man, it's definitely a good event, man. I'm telling y'all, if y'all have not, I'm gonna say K Warnick. If you don't, look her up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do everything.
Follow me on social media. On my social media, you can check me out on IG. My IG is I am K in the city. That's I am K in the city, all one word. And then on Facebook is K Warnick. Warnick is Warnick.
So, had a big event. So, what's next? What's the next move?
So, right now, what I'm working on is actually doing a tour with the Black Girls, with the Black Women's Rock event. And so I want to go from city to city and host it. Man,
I think you just need to step out on your faith and just go on.
Yeah, I'm thinking about stepping out on faith and just doing it. My first stop is I'm going to try to, I'm not going to say I'm going to try. My first stop, I'm going to hit New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm just going to keep it going. And, I mean, if it's going to work, it's going to work. Like my grandmother told me when I moved here, I said, Grandma, what if I don't make it? She said, but what if you do?
Yeah.
And that's how I live.
Because, man, I definitely think it's a big enough event for them to connect with you to move on.
It definitely
Because you already did the legwork.
I already did the legwork,
And
so now it's just the fact of getting it out there. So I just have a few other things under my belt. But right now I'm just kind of just pacing myself and just...
I'm going to definitely say you should be definitely a motivation for certain people that want to get into that arena. So just to kind of step into that side of it for a little bit, like what are some things that you can tell people that are having a hard time to, I guess, get their first event going?
Well, I would tell people as a motivator, and if it's just not even just with events, because for me, there's so many different stages that I've been through in life. So whether you're an event planner, whether you own a tire shop, whether you are a hairstylist, my biggest advice to you is that you got to have faith and you got to stay prayed up. That's number one. I've always kept faith and stay prayed up. Number two, you got to have drive and motivation. You can talk all day about what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. But if you don't motivate, if you're not motivated to drive yourself, you're going to fail. And my third advice is just keeping a good circle. Keeping positive people around you. We sometimes find we meet people that don't believe in our dreams or what we're talking about, or they just not going where we going. So you gotta, when you want to see yourself successful or accomplish anything, you gotta separate yourself from your old audience, and you gotta change your audience, and you gotta change your mindset and your understanding. And that's what I had to do. When I got here, I laid in my closet in my room by myself, and I cried many a nights. And it was just me and God. Nobody else, no friends, no lovers, nobody, just us.
Do you feel like that made you go harder since you was by yourself?
I think that I don't know if it made me go harder. I think what made me go harder is I didn't want to fail. I didn't want the people who believed in me to be disappointed. And a lot of times we do it for haters. People like, oh, I did this for my haters. I ain't do it for my haters. I did it for people that was praying for me, people that was like, I want to see her make it. So when I got here, it was like, your job is to make these people proud. And that's what I think helped me, motivated me to keep going.
I mean, it's a lot of people that really are like scared to fail. Like, and I tell people like, you definitely, I hear it all the time, use failure as a stepping stone. Right. But people don't really recognize failure as a stepping stone just because of that hurt that you're going through while you're failing.
They don't. They don't.
And I feel like a lot of people miss their blessings just because they gave up.
They miss their blessings because they gave up. And you know what? I tell anybody, like, you can never get up because you never know you're right there at that finish line.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine, you know, running 3 miles and they like, yo, it's $1 million at that 3rd mile. And you get 2.5 miles and you're like, man, I'm tired. You give up. Heck no, I ain't gonna do it.
I'm dragging.
You know, I'm dragging. Man, if I got to slide, I'm gonna get to the finish line. And you know, I just think that people are scared. I think a lot of times people are scared what other people may think of them. Mm-hmm. And how they, you know, I told my homeboy one time, I said, bro, I said, you know what you should do? You should get out. He has clothes. And I said, bro, you should get out and, you know, start selling your clothes out your trunk. Mm-hmm. And he from here. And he like, I ain't about to be selling my clothes out the trunk. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, like, just, you know everybody in the clubs. These are people that come for you. Start selling your clothes out your trunk. Like, go to the parties afterwards. Or he like, nah. And I said, you know what, bro? You probably won't never make it because your mindset. Mm-hmm. You're too worried about what they gonna say about you. You know, when I started in this game, you know, people were laughing at me. Not even here in Houston, back home. Like, I started out in the streets. That's back in the day. Remember when people used to be outside passing out flyers? Man, girls knew me. I was on, but I was standing outside like a bum, like broke, raggedy car, passing out flyers. They would throw my flyers down and laugh at me and be like, you know, talk about me, clown me.
I always see people that take those words and actually feel the way is you don't even know what you're doing yourself. Because when you know what you're doing yourself, I don't care what nobody says.
I ain't care what nobody says.
You can keep saying whatever you want to say. You can laugh about whatever you want to say.
They laughed at me, talked about me. They like, oh, you know, she around here, you know, driving that raggedy car. My friends would be like, girl, why don't you get you a car? I'm like, man, I ain't gonna get no car. We used to be putting gas, opening up the hood, car stopping on me. And I used to be like, I used to wear thrift store clothes. And I used to be like, man, I know where I'm trying to go. And, you know, these people can't save me. And they ain't gonna do nothing for me. So, you know, I let them laugh at me. But baby, who's laughing now?
I say they definitely call it back now.
Who's laughing now? You know what I'm saying? But it's all God. And that's what we got to understand is that, you know, you can't worry about what people think about you.
Definitely. Yeah. So, you have the event planned. Have you done any weddings?
So, right now, we're actually planning a wedding expo for September. And that'll be my first time.
Expo? Yeah,
expo. So, my goal is now to not do, my goal for next year and to finish off this year, I don't want to do anything under 2,000 to 3,000 people. Events.
So now we George R. Brown status.
I'm trying to do George R. Brown status, but you know, with how I'm building my company is I'm gonna still have smaller departments that'll still do smaller events. But my goal is if I'm there and I show up, it's gonna be more for bigger festivals. You know, we did the Houston Whiskey and Wine Festival, me and my partner. So yeah, that's the goal. The goal is to. I told God, I said, yo, bro, listen, if you get me where I need to be, I want you to help me fill some stadiums. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I had a dream one night, and in my dream, I had moved out here, and Usher had came to me, and Usher was like, yo, I heard about you. I know this may sound crazy, but this is a dream I had. I heard about you. You dope. Could you plan my tour? So I was like, me playing your tour? And he had somebody else on the bill in his dream, and they couldn't sell it out. And I said, yeah. And he said, how much you gonna charge me? And I said, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do your tour for free, but you gotta bring me in, you know, 4 other celebrity clients. And he was like, and in my dream, he was like, bet. When I got the gig, Usher's tour sold out bigger than it has ever had. And so that was in my dream. So that's what I asked God to do. And I believe, you know,
it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming, and I can't wait. I can't wait. You know, I can't wait to celebrate it. Just to be able to, you know, give back more than I can now. Just give back to kids and, you know, just women who, because some women can't get up, meaning like they just stuck from broken hearts, from, you know, no jobs or not paying jobs, just a lot of different things.
Oh, we're gonna definitely go in there to the hot topics.
Yeah.
Interview, because I'm just like, it's a lot of things I want to, because I got both of y'all coming. It's gonna be a real hot, should be hot topic day.
That's what's up.
But I definitely like, man, I definitely think that people should look just for the things that you're doing. Like, you came here, you didn't know anybody, like, you're in the know now. Like, have you ran into any challenges?
Yeah, my challenges were I was broke. That was the main shoot. Not having no bread, like no gas. My major challenges, I remember, man, I got here and I used to have no gas money and I used to need to get around. And so I would never forget, I had met this guy and I had told him, like, I was so messed up. I was like, yo, bro, I lost my debit card. And he was like, and long story short, he helped me out. And then I met another guy and I was like, listen, could you fill my tank up every Monday? Every Sunday, I was like, could you fill my tank up? And he didn't want to do it. He did it for me like twice. He liked me though. So I felt like, hey, I'm getting something out of everybody. You like me, you better help to this cause. Baby needs shoes.
I swear I'm gonna talk about, I was waiting for you to say something about it, but we definitely gonna talk. I definitely want to talk about that.
Ain't no freebies around here, bro. My car need gas.
Boy, it's hard out here.
It's hard out here, for real. And as women, you gotta think about that. It's not that you using or abusing nobody, but if you dealing with people, they gotta be able to help pour into your dream, into, if it's a business, if they don't know how to run it, and you own a trucking company, you know how to drive, bro, right? Drive this car. You know what I'm saying? If it's music or media, if you're not a rapper, you know what I'm saying, then I need you to, stand outside with me and pass these CDs out. So everybody that deals with you or come in your life, they should be a part of the cause and a part of your growth.
So now you got a power team right now. You done went from nothing to a whole super team.
Yeah, it's not, and you know what, to be honest with you, I don't even have really a big super team. So right now, what I do is a lot of times I contract side people out to work with me on different things.
Just going to say, how do you weed out for so many people just come? Because
so
once you make it, they come.
But you know what, since I've been here, I never really work with a lot of people. I've always stuck, so I got a partner now. His name is Dewan Claiborne. Shout out to D, if you're listening. But my partner, and we do a lot of different things together. And I met him at our first Black Girls Rock. And when he first came, he was like, this is dope. And we vibed ever since then. And now we vibe off each other. It's like, I know his strength, he know my strength. I know his weakness, he know my weakness. And man, we pray together, we do things together, and that's my dog. That's
real. It ain't too many people that can actually say that.
Nah, no. You gotta, like Jay-Z said, hey, it's not many of us, but it's plenty of us. And that's all you need is a few good people around you.
Yeah. So you did weddings. What about decoration? Have anybody got you for decoration?
So I don't do the decoration. Basically, what we do is I hire outside. I'll hire another company to come in. Like I say, people sometimes get in business and they don't know what they're good at. That's not your lane. That's not my lane. So I know what my lane is, and I hire people that they're good at what they do.
Do you ever think about taking some people up under your wing?
I don't know about taking them under my wing, but I have been thinking about becoming a mentor.
Or you feel like you're not there yet to do it just yet?
I don't even know if it's not there. It's just that I don't like to be tied down.
I feel that.
And then, sometimes I'm still learning. I guess I just don't want the responsibility.
Because that is a lot of responsibility. And I would rather for somebody to say that than to say, yeah, come on up over here, and then you get over there, now you're feeling some type of way because they ain't even showing you no attention, no nothing.
So I don't want to waste anybody's time, but you need some motivation quotes. I'm your girl.
So, man, before we get up out of here, man, that was a definitely dope interview. Just make a rundown again and let everybody know your social media. And
all right, bet. All right, so listen, you can follow me on IG. My company name is Release the Beast Marketing, and that's all one word, Release the Beast Marketing. But my personal IG page is I am K in the City, and my Facebook page is K Warnick. And yeah, follow me.
make sure y'all follow her.
Come through, you know, tag somebody in the video.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna give, you know, maybe I get some free tickets if y'all follow me to our next event.
She giving out free tickets, I'm telling you. I hope it's to the $1 Million Food Taster because you're going to eat good.
For real. I actually just started a hookah company here too, so, you know.
See, I got
I'm
a hookah shop.
You do? See,
we talked about that already.
Oh, yeah,
we talked about that already. See what I'm saying? You see how people do? They get big and they forget about the little things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you bringing me on today.
No, anytime. Hey.
You're kicking it with G on your favorite station.
The perfect station.
92 KELZ, the only station with new music, new artists, new sound.